Scott Morrison insists he has no knowledge of $500,000 in taxpayer funds being offered to a former Liberal staffer who accused her employers of harassment, bullying and discrimination. Key points: Rachelle Miller alleged that her boss, Alan Tudge, was emotionally and, on one occasion, physically abusive. Rachelle Miller alleged that her boss, Alan Tudge, was emotionally and, on one occasion, physically abusive. An independent investigation was launched into the accusations, which Ms. Miller did not take part in. An independent investigation was launched into the accusations, which Ms. Miller did not take part in. The finance minister says it would be inappropriate for him or the Prime Minister to be involved in the payment. The Prime Minister has launched another strident defense of his frontbencher Alan Tudge, arguing he is clear to play a role in a re-elected coalition government. Mr. Tudge faced allegations by his former media advisor Rachelle Miller that he was emotionally and, on one occasion, physically abusive to her while they were involved in a consensual affair in 2017. An independent investigation was launched, but no evidence was presented to it that could lead to a finding Mr. Tudge had breached the ministerial standards, as they stood at the time of the allegations. Ms. Miller did not take part in that probe, critical of how it had been established and concerned it was framed in a way to protect Mr. Tudge. Lawyers for Ms. Miller, who also worked in the office of Michaela Cash, launched a claim of workplace bullying, harassment and discrimination with the Department of Finance. The ABC has confirmed the Commonwealth is expected to pay Ms. Miller more than $500,000. "I have no visibility on that at all," the Prime Minister told Adelaide radio station 5AA. "I know it's taxpayers' money, and those matters are handled by the Department of Finance, at arm's length from politicians." Mr. Morrison sought to shield Mr. Tudge from further scrutiny, arguing the review into his conduct by a respected former public servant found no evidence of wrongdoing. "We had an independent investigation by Vivienne Tom into these matters, which found there was no basis for Alan to not continue on," he said. Dr. Tom's inquiry included the caveat that it was limited in its scope because Ms. Miller refused to participate. The ministerial standards do not specifically address broader integrity and conflict of interest issues that can be a consequence of relationships that do not amount to ongoing or family relationships, the report stated. Finance Minister also unaware of details. Mr. Morrison's Finance Minister, Simon Birmingham, also argued he was not aware of the details, despite the settlement with Ms. Miller being negotiated by his department. "In terms of the way those property and privacy and confidentiality matters apply, I simply do not get briefed or brought into those deliberations or discussions," he told the ABC. "If I were, I suspect many people would say that it was inappropriate for a politician or a minister to be the one negotiating those sorts of employee settlement arrangements. I can't even confirm, because I don't get briefed and don't know whether those assertions or figures are accurate or true." The beginning of the Prime Minister's re-election campaign has been marred with questions about his frontbench lineup and the curious position Mr. Tudge finds himself in as a member of cabinet with no ministerial responsibilities or salary. He has chosen for the sake of his health and his family for a period of time to stand aside from the ministry, Mr. Morrison said. But there's been no other education minister sworn in. No one went out to the Governor-General. We're very transparent about all of that.